So now they're saying taking leftovers back home on a first date is a red flag?
That's a red flag for me. Taking
the
food
leftovers
on your first date. On your first date with someone, leave the food.
What?
Leave the food.
I have to agree.
All right.
Of course you
But
would.
who wanted to
Lonely.
take the food, you or her?
We both didn't want it to go to waste. So I was like,
Facts.
do you want it? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll take it. So I took it. There were two separate packages, right?
Lauren, can you tell us why taking the food is
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
an ick?
It has something to do for me, like financially. I think that leftovers, when you take leftovers, it's when you're like in a relationship. As a first date, you just eat whatever you want. And if there's leftovers, you can leave them there and then you can go your separate ways.
What are they talking about? So now everyone's trying to break down everything to like this science of red flags. But if you're telling me if we go on a first date and there's leftovers, one of us taking it back is a red flag due to financial, this feels like it's some chick like is giving broke. We're out eating. I'm not broke, but I don't want it to go to waste. I don't know about y'all, but for me, my mom used to always tell me like on a regular, like, yo, you should finish everything on your plate because somewhere there's some people with nothing to eat. You know, something like that along them lines. So, I either finish my food or I'm taking it home with me, especially from a restaurant. But what's wrong with taking some food back, heating it up later and just eating it? Like, I feel like everything is like broken down into these categories of yay or nay. Like, it's so stupid. And this is, again, another reason why dating is because you got chicks like this trying to give advice to single women, and the ones that listen are stupid. Because if y'all on a date, y'all on the same page, it's like, yo, and the dude said, I'm asking her first, hey, do you want to take it home? Like, he gives the courtesy to the woman, hey, if you want to take it home, cool. But if you're not, I don't want it to go to waste. Y'all can eat that later. The fact that these rules are even out there just show why dating is at its worst it's ever been.
When he goes quiet, please know that he's not ignoring you. He is saving you. You know how it works with most women. We talk to untangle the chaos that we've created in our heads. We need the words out loud to see some sort of path. He is wired completely different. When the weight hits him, he doesn't reach for you first. He goes quiet, not because he's mad, not because he's done with you, but because his mind is at war with himself. So let him work through it on his own terms. For him, talking about the problem with no solution yet feels like a failure. It feels like dumping broken glass on your lap and saying, hey, fix this for me. He hates that, so he carries it inside. Chews on it for a little while. That silence that you feel is rejection. It's not. It is your protection. He's shielding you from the storm while he is still standing in the middle of it, dealing with it on his own. Some men go even deeper. They lock the door, kill the noise, and don't come out until they have that problem, or at least have created a solution for it. Until he has an answer, until he can walk back in with you and say, it's handled, I've got it, the words feel useless to him. The worst thing you can do is chase him into that cave and demand that he acts like you would. No, the best thing you can do for him is simple. Give him the space that he desperately needs in that moment. Let him know that you're there, you're calm, and you're not going anywhere. But again, give him that space. Sometimes love looks like sitting on the couch beside your man who hasn't said a word in hours. Just be present with him, because when he finally speaks, it will not be to complain. It will be to tell you that the war is over and he's made sure you never had to fight it. That is how he loves. Quietly, completely, alone first, so you never have to be. So thank him. Arguing with an emotional woman is a losing game always. Not because she's stupid, not because she's wrong, but because the argument was never about logic to begin with. You come in with the facts, she comes in with the feelings, and feelings don't debate, they override. She is not listening to understand you. She's listening to reload, because every word that you say becomes ammo. Every explanation turns into leverage. Every attempt to clear things up just digs you even deeper. And by the end of it all, facts are buried, guilt is now here, and somehow you're the villain and she's the victim. That is not a discussion. That is emotional chaos. And here's what men don't want to hear. The more you argue and snap back, the weaker you look. Strong men do not chase validation through debates. They don't try to win emotionally charged conversations. They also don't need to prove reality to somebody who's already decided how they feel. Silence does what logic never will. It frustrates, it removes the fuel, and it starves the chaos. So, detachment is your power. Your calm is your dominance, and the control is everything. Kings do not argue with pigeons. They don't knock over the pieces. They don't roll in their mess. They walk away. They stay unmoved. They let the noise on its own. That is not your weakness. That is your mastery. Learn it.
The one thing a man is not going to do when he is not feeling appreciated, he ain't going to complain about it. He ain't going to make no speech. Ain't going to be no announcements. He just going to jest. Here are 6 things a man will slowly stop doing when he knows that he is not being valued. Number 1, he gonna stop going the extra mile. When a man knows that he goes above and beyond for his wife, his family, or his woman, and he ain't being appreciated, it's pointless. Number 2, he will stop sharing what's on his mind. When he knows that his ideas, what he says, are diminished or minimized, he's just gonna stop talking. Number 3, he will stop being emotionally available. When you know that your energy of you opening up is not welcomed, then you just gonna stop. Number 4, he will stop trying to impress you. The dates will get simpler. The surprises will fade. It literally will go from passion about you to obligation. Number 5, they will stop initiating connection. They get tired of being rejected and they will take their energy someplace else. Number 6, they will stop feeling peace at home. And when a man loses that peace, everything suffers quietly. One thing I know about a man, he is not going to pull away suddenly. It's going to happen over time. And when it does, that's when he will start to hear that he has changed, which is not true. Truth is, men do not change. They just adapt to how they're being treated. Appreciation fuels men, respect keeps them grounded, and peace keeps them present. Always remember that.
In a relationship, do you believe that the woman or the man is the prize?
I think both should be the prize. I think whoever you're dating, man or woman, you equally should always be striving to make that person feel like the prize.
Okay.
But as a woman, as a heterosexual woman, I would like to be thought of more as the prize.
Why do you think that you're the prize in a relationship?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know.
You gotta give me something to back it up.
Okay, so I think 2 things. I think the world has taught us that the woman is the prize, right? So I think if you're in a heterosexual relationship, that's the first thing. The world has taught us that men should chase the woman, which I don't always agree with, right? I don't know. I really, truly don't have an answer for you other than I think women are incredible, right? And I think we should be sought after, and I think we should be chased, and I think we should be pursued consensually and respectfully. But other than that, I don't know if I have a great answer for you, because I do think that like men also deserve to feel like in relationships that they are also pursued. I think that's what keeps a relationship alive.
You know the kind of man that always gets cheated on? I'm gonna tell you the kind of man that gets cheated on. The men that gets cheated on is the men who actually are the providers and the protectors of the family. The men who get up every single day and work 70, 80, 90 hours a week just to provide for his ditzy brain wife that's at home. The one who actually makes sure that there's a roof over your head and your children's head and food in your stomach and your kids' stomach. And probably they're not even the fathers too, and they still make sure that your kids are okay, even though, you know. The ones who actually are providers, the ones who always put themselves last and then put their family first. The ones who don't get nothing for Father's Day or their birthday. The ones who don't even get text messages to see if they're okay. The ones who don't even go to the doctor's office, don't even know what a dentist look like. You know, those kind of men who always just make sure that every single day they just provide, and that is their life, making sure that your life is better. And then you know what his ditzy brain wife does? Cheats on him because she's bored. Because she can't go read a new book or pick up a new hobby. She has to cheat.
How about a male celebrity who's a 9?
Maybe like Glenn Powell.
Anybody else who...
Ryan Gosling.
So just to be clear, your league is Ryan Gosling and Glenn Powell.
I guess I've dated men that are as attractive as them.
You dated men who were just as attractive as Ryan Gosling.
Yes, I have.
And Glenn Powell. Nick, do you have a photo of Glenn Powell? So, and also like the body too, like that physically fit, like top 1% male?
Yes, I have dated men like that.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm aware. I'm overweight right now. My dear, you're overweight.
I'm aware of that.
How could you be a 9?
Because I'm not always overweight, just because I'm...
You're currently overweight. You said, okay. I'm currently a 9.
Okay.
I would argue you're more attractive than Glenn Powell and less attractive than Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling, right? Well, my point
she's
here,
more attractive
than Glenn Powell, yes, genuinely 100%. I pinky promise you. Now, what I'm saying here is I wouldn't.
Well, I just think that, modern women. Well, and to be honest, she was pretty open. Hey, I don't know why we're thought of as the prize. I would like to be thought of as the prize, but men need to be thought of as the prize as well. Correct. At some point in time, men want to be respected. They want to be shown, hey, somebody actually cares about me. Somebody's actually thinking about me. And she said it right. They've been taught, modern women have been taught, oh, I'm important. Everything is about me. And while men keep on saying that much is true, you are important, but what about me? What about giving me things? Oh, well, Valentine's Day, let's say Valentine's Day. Let's throw that away. Okay, that's for the women, right? But then we start talking about anniversary, when we both got married, when we both got together, and somehow the anniversary is all about you. How? And even if people are saying that, why don't you kick back against that and say, no, it's about us. We're celebrating each other. But modern women, once again, when an anniversary comes around, even sometimes when a man's birthday comes around, it's all about her. Look what I did for you. And we're doing this and we're doing that. And the man just kind of steps back and he's like, this is stuff that she would want to do. Well, we're doing it together, which makes it important. Yeah, I get it. But how come you couldn't pick stuff that I like to do so we can do the stuff that I like to do together? At the very least, you could have picked something that we both like to do. These are things that you like to do. Selfish.
This is a body language photo assessment of Akash Singh and his wife Jasleen. These two have been all over the vlogs recently discussing how disrespectful she has been to him, as well as accusations that she isn't really that into him. Akash is a well-known comedian and podcaster with a big following, and she has admitted to using his name to build her own platform and online presence, recently making many statements that are detrimental to his brand. The photos and footage I found are definitely consistent with those claims. This is a great example of the consequences of being in an unequally yoked or spiritually unaligned relationship. This is primarily indicated by how depleted he looks in many of their recent photos, while she looks bright and shiny. Typically, this indicates that one person is being poured into to the detriment of the other. So basically, he is pouring into her without reciprocation. As I've mentioned before, you can often tell a lot about the dynamics of a couple based on how they pose together for the camera. You will notice that they have several photos where he is behind her. Think of it as her back turned toward him versus facing each other, or at least being side by side. A couple that has true intimacy will typically face toward each other. In this case, since he is behind her quite often, it's as if he's pursuing her while she's doing her best to create space or distance between them by having her back toward him. She's basically using her back as a buffer to create distance and separate herself from him in their photos. Next, I saw some videos where she looks uncomfortable and as if she's pulling away from him while he's attempting to show affection. And in this video, you can see where it seems like she barely even wants him in the frame. If he already looks this depleted at such a young age, staying married to her long term will only worsen his spiritual, emotional, and psychological health. Will unfortunately, in most cases, eventually lead to some form of ailment or illness.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life? I have to disagree. I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, sex, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm gonna call your bluff because I don't think that's true. This, by the way, is not police lights. This is some kind of flashing light in a parking lot. I'm not quite sure what it is. But anyway, again, calling your bluff, okay?
I don't even understand.
Reality is starting to set in for a lot of them. Viewer discretion is advised.
And how it's possible that somebody who looks as good as I do is pumping my own gas. It's an evil world we live in.
The only part about that video that I can actually agree with is she's right. It is an evil world we live in. But I don't know when y'all gonna realize or understand that just because you look good don't mean you gonna get a man. Like, the men are not what they used to be. Now, in this video in particular, she could be talking about the fact that she just shouldn't have to pump her gas at all. Like, a man should see her at the gas pump and offer to pump it for her. Or she could be talking about the fact that she does not have a man to pump her gas, like while she's in a relationship. We are moving to a different beat of the drum. We are moving with a bit more pep in our step. We're not taking no from a woman just because she look good. Neither are we going out our way to display our chivalry for random women. We've tried that and it ended horribly. Y'all got on every platform, on every mountaintop, and told us how much y'all don't enjoy it. And I know for her, it's like, bro, I look this good. It's like, yeah, niggas won't give none of that right now. Like, where's that gonna get me? Where does your beauty get me? And the advice I would give any woman that thinks like this young lady here is, if you look inward, you just might find something, truly. Because inside of you is where all the solutions to your issues lie, especially when it comes to dating. Just because you look great don't mean you are great. Those days are over. Men are actually looking for substance, peace, along with beauty. If you can't come with all three, most men that got some going for themselves are not going to settle for that. Nah, we cool. But you know what, like any other video, I know she ain't going to listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep it change.
Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7.
I'll pick a 6.
Kate, what about you?
10.
Love it.
8.
10.
8.
8, okay.
I'll give my face a 10.
Okay, what about you?
I would say a 9.
1.
This is the most ridiculous numbers I've ever heard in my life.
This is actually...
Why
no,
would
go
I
ahead.
not
You
be
can go
able to
ahead.
say
I'll-
I think I'm a 9?
Because you're not. It's not even in any
are we
conceivable universe in anywhere that there's
Hey,
alien
Gorlock
life.
said
You're
10,
a 9.
so
This is the most beautiful women on planet Earth are a 9. Where are these delusional? Come, I gotta have a smoke.
What do you think if you were in a room with a cross section of 100,000 men? What do you think they would rate you on average?
A 1.
9.
I would still think they would rate me an 8. Have lost a ton of weight. I do even though I'm a little more baggy, I actually have a pretty general preferred body type. I do have plenty of men who come up to me in places and find me attractive and message me, and I have followings on social media, and I don't understand why, just because I'm covered up. I have a very preferred curvy body type. Yeah, I would think I would be an 8 in most men's eyes. If they were all 100 men rated me, yeah, I would.
Okay, what about you, Lola?
10.
I don't like to talk. I like to do action. Oh, yeah? And this is a whole lot of talking.
Interesting.
I'm trying to get to the action.
I hear you talking about action, but you ain't did shit, and I'm telling you that I ain't trying to do that.
I'm tired of talking. We can get to the action. As long as you give me some bread, take care of me like everybody else does. My toes, my hair, my nails, everything, eyelashes, lips, money. Go ahead. Let me take care of that.
So you only willing to give me action if I do that? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Interesting. Come over here real quick. What you looking at me like that for?
Because I'm confused why we're not on the way to the action.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like you look good. I want to take a picture of you, in front of the whip.
You want to take a picture of me in front of the whip?
Yeah.
You have some money for me?
A couple dollars for you.
You got a couple dollars? Make it a couple more.
All right, cool. Come over here. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm starting to listen to y'all in these comments.
Do you always duck his kisses when there are not people around?
Not when there aren't people around, just when there are people around.
That's worse.
Because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful, I do get a little shy. I think I also get overstimulated because Akash does it a lot. 30 seconds. Like a little bit. But we never saw our parents kissing ever. So it's like so foreign to us.
Can we settle something for the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you kiss Akash right now?
I don't even know if I want to see it.
On the lips.
Okay.
Bring that ass over here. Bring that ass over here.
Oh, shit!
My dude,
right?
It was overstimulating. It was overstimulating.
That was heartbreaking for me. Now I'm feeling for Jesse. What an this
I
guy
know, that's
is
crazy.
to humiliate his wife in front of millions and millions of people.
I can't pay the rent this month.
Can you just do like overtime or something on the weekends?
You want me to work overtime on the weekends?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to go back to work.
Every comment, every thought, every ideology you had and you were going to put in the comments section, you should have towards yourself. Do you feel that feeling? Hold on to it. Hold on to that rage. Hold on to that anger, because that's how men feel every time you open up your mouth. This is a female brain inside a male body, and you just now, just for a fraction of a second, understood what men have to deal with all day, every day. It doesn't feel good, does it? Would you like to feel like that 24/7? Every reasoning, every justification, everything you were going to say to degrade that man, you immediately use to degrade you, because this man is you.
All right, I don't know how I got here, but I am now on the princess treatment side of TikTok, where all these men are saying, like, your girl shouldn't work at all, she should never have to pay a bill, there's no such thing as 50-50, and I treat my woman with gifts every day and pay all of her bills. The only thing she should have to worry about is looking pretty, getting her nails done. And where are these men? Because they don't exist where I live, and where do I sign up? I need one of those men, because that is literally what I deserve in life. So if anybody knows where to find these men, leave it in the comments, because I need to know.
You know, if I were honest, I'd say with the whole Akash situation, she's not a bad looking lady. I think she's pretty. But the way that you're acting, if, you know, religion is a thing for him, if faith is a huge thing for him, and hey, I really don't want to marry anybody outside of my race or my ethnicity or my religion or anything, I get it. But there's plenty of women, especially at your level, to where you're recognized and you're known, that will treat you a lot better with a lot more respect. Now, I get jokes. I understand jokes, especially as a comedian. You're going to be saying things that your significant other has to, you know, I mean, it's a joke. You kind of have to take that. You know, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart sometimes, right? But modern women, they go below, like they hit below the belt, and they continue to. And a lot of times these modern women, they actually mean what they say. It's not a joke. I actually don't like my husband. I'm only here for the money. It'd be one thing if you were joking about it, and then you see offline that, this person's not really like that, that's just a joke. Say for instance, a lot of times Gordon Ramsay gets a bad rap for having a bad attitude. He does have an attitude. He can take it there. He's genuinely a nice guy. He's genuinely, you know, kind of calm. He's insightful. But because of the show, we got to show you the extreme parts, right? So we can pull eyes to the show. But he's a nice guy. This woman, it don't even seem like that. I don't know, bro. I mean, if you like her, if you like it, I love it. But my God.
I love when guys think it's a flex to be like, I don't chase women. Okay, bye. Go find your husband then.
Okay, bye. Hey, I'm over here. Please don't go. Oh no, where are all the good men at? I love women genuinely, but what they say and what they actually mean are two completely different things. What you actually want him to be chasing is his goals, his dreams, his passions, and his desires, because that is his way of chasing the things that you truly want in the long term, which is long-term stability and a secure family.
When people get mad that I'm in the industry that I'm in, and they claim, like in my comments, that it has something to do with my father. No, grew up in a 2-parent household. My parents both loved me. Love was not what was lacking. It was money. If Dad was able to buy me a house and a car, I wouldn't need lots of money to do those things by myself. So men that are so scared of their daughters becoming SW workers, get your money up.
I'm gonna go ahead and say what no one else is willing to say. So if you're a lover girl or a mediocre man, go ahead and click off this video because you won't like it, or you can cry in the comments. In order for us to achieve peace on planet Earth and get the things that we want to get out of this life, we're gonna have to delete 90% of men. Yes, that includes your awful baby daddy and your ancient father. So if I was president of the universe, we would literally structure society so that we can finally achieve a matriarchy. But in order to do that, we have to get rid of most men because let's just face it, most men are not going to change.
A lot of people not gonna like me for what I'm about to say. And I don't care. I'm still going to say it. I honestly believe that some women are jealous of the man for what he is capable of and what she lacks. For example, yes, a woman can raise a daughter into a woman, but a woman cannot raise a boy into a man. Baby, you got until maybe 10 years old before he grows up to start being stronger, taller, and less afraid of her, where your authority won't even matter. Somebody's gonna have to step in. Then most single mothers are on government assistance just to fill in for the man not being in the house. I know. Yeah. But a man can raise a son and a daughter into adulthood to have better morals and emotional stability, more success under their belt, better decision making, yeah, great self-esteem, accountability, and the list goes on. I mean, fathers, right? But don't be mad. Don't argue about that. Be proud. You can benefit from that. All you got to do is let the man in the house. Let that man be a man. Let that man be a father. And you'll reap all the benefits of you having a really great household just for letting a man do what he's designed to do. But get this. Not only can a man raise both a son and a daughter with ease with no government assistance. I know, so unfair. He can also bring a woman into womanhood. That's why the father gives away the daughter when they get married. And you see, a man can teach a woman how to be a good wife. He can. And a man can help a mother be a better mother. I know. Look at the man. Some of y'all are just jealous of how capable the man is, when really you should be proud of all the benefits that come with having a man that is that capable. You're looking at it wrong, love. Don't you just love the man?
Sensational. Any man who tells you that his wife is a virgin, that is an autistic man. He married a bottom dweller and held her up to be a thing of purity.
Let's do a quick assessment. You have his wife that is clearly in focus, and you have Akash out of focus, and look at this man's eyes. All hopes aside, I do hope somebody is checking on this man, because let me flip these photos over here. Oh no. Oh no. Posted a few hours ago. This man is not cross-legged on a Miu Miu store in Dubai, about to spend $40,000 on a t-shirt now for this woman who is ruining his career and his life. You couldn't even get his whole body in the frame? Is that how much that you don't care about this young man? Show him some respect. Hopefully someone is checking on this man. How you look like a random stranger in your wife's photos, right? Like, how do you look like a dark, shadowy figure about to attack in your own picture? Does she not look at this and see that he's bothered? You're like, but I guess a spoiled, privileged, entitled brat would never give a So her behavior is absolutely par for the course.
She belongs to the streets. Miley Percocets.
By the way, the comment underneath this post, I think nails it. Akash is so screwed. I can't believe his therapist encouraged him to work with this narcissistic princess. Seriously, I don't think that she actually even likes him, not even as a friend. Every single joke she made is to tear him down and humiliate her husband. Most men can only conceptualize that to a degree. Akash maybe likes this or has been Stockholm syndromed into liking this.
Gosh, like, please don't divorce me because my credit score is too, and it would leave me in a really bad position. But then I guess like I just would go to OnlyFans or something like that. And like it would even.
Hell, you will.
It will even out.
She brags on this. She's never kissed him in public and stands on it. Oh. Even at their wedding.
Wait, what?
I can't watch! I can't watch! Akash essentially at 40 years old is having his high school relationship at 40. You know, and this goes to, you know, some of the experience within modern dating culture. Because again, I've said this, Akash 100 years ago would have been fine. He would have been fine, right? But that traditional mindset no longer works in a modern society.
How old are you?
Well, that's a secret that I shouldn't tell.
How about you?
I am 51.
Are you single?
Yes. Yes.
If I wanted to take you two on a first date in Miami, would $30 be enough to have a good time?
No.
No.
We are more valuable than that. For the valet parking, yes. Exactly. You can park that's only for the valet.
But y'all were both married for 20 years. So why not start with a simple coffee date?
Because we don't have time for that anymore. We don't have time for a coffee. We are making businesses, big businesses here, and we don't have time for coffee.
So what is your ideal first date then, if not a $30 coffee one?
To go for a nice dinner, I don't care about the money. To go for a nice dinner in a nice place, to have a nice conversation, and that's it. But with a $30 in Miami, you can't go to a restaurant to have a nice dinner. It's impossible.
Why should the man invest $300 for the first date if he doesn't even know you yet?
Because that's what I'm worth it. We know who we are, so.
Do you think the men in your dating pool now would rather spend that $300 on you, or would they rather spend it on, like, say, a 25-year-old chick?
He can do whatever he wants to do. We are not looking for men that they value more the age than what we have inside and in our brain. Yeah. That's not the type of men we want to be with us.
Make it sense to you. Yes, you. It's true. Is there no need to the end? So tell me, how does it feel to know no one is coming? No one is running when you hit the ground. How does it feel to know that no one's around? Yeah. No one will be there when you hit the ground. How does it feel? How does it feel to be alone?
So you say on this video, you can't count on men to be decent human beings in the gym. I've done tons of videos where men rush in to spot and help women. This has nothing to do with men and everything to do with you making bad decisions, like going for a PR while filming it and not asking anyone for a spot. Secondly, once you fail and the bar's on top of you, you don't scream or yell out for help or let anyone know that you need it. And thirdly, that man walks by after you get out from underneath the bar. What do you want him to do? So again, nothing to do with men, everything to do with you making bad decisions. So be accountable and stop pointing fingers. And that bear that you're talking about, he wouldn't spot you either. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
You know, I think one of the clips she was talking about, if you don't want your daughter to be an SW, then if you don't want your daughter to be an SW, then get your money up. No. I am not going to pay for you to respect yourself. That's so stupid. That's so dumb, man. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh man, please, I'm a millionaire. I just want you to respect yourself. Simpy boy blue, simptastic, simponomics. Symbology 101. Absolutely not. You don't look that good. And once again, she don't look bad either. She's a very nice looking lady, right? But at some point in time, we got to move past looks. You got to start respecting yourself, man. That's something that you wanted to do. And it's going to be the same game over and over again with these modern women. Oh, if you want me to act this way, you got to pay it out of me. You got to buy it out of me. Girl, shut up.
I seen this girl say she took accountability, said that she lost a possible husband because she said he was amazing. She said, but she like, something's missing.
That's so
and then she said it wasn't until, after she left the relationship, she realized she needed to heal from her past because what was missing was chaos. She was used to chaos in relationships. She was used to toxic relationships.
Yeah.
She said that's how her parents' relationship was. So that's the relationship she got into.
Yeah.
And she said that's what was missing. She needed chaos.
Some women don't know how to deal with emotionally balanced and intelligent men because they literally have never dealt with it. So you might be like, something may happen and you might sit down, well, can we sit down and talk about what happened? They might be like, oh, because they're used to you either going off the handle or flipping out. And they're like, that's intimidating because now you facing what they're like, I don't want to deal with that.
I don't want to be with anyone who need drama to feel love, or cause drama just for for love or for sex, whatever. No. I'm too old for that.
I'm entirely too old for that. I'm not doing it.
You in your Barney stage. You can't have that.
Yeah, I don't have time for drama. I love you. You love me. Let's make a happy family.
See what I mean? Unapologetic.
Podcast.
Unapologetic.
Yeah.
Back on the pod with the folks. Back on the pod with the jokes.
Funny.
So I used to think a woman's past didn't matter until this one time that I got invited over to my cousin's house. We were all sitting around their bonfire after dinner. They had invited some friends and another cousin of ours. And in the midst of the conversations, the attention got put on me. And they asked me if I've been seeing anybody lately because, recently I became single again. And I was like, yeah, I've been seeing this one girl. She came over, we've been spending the night and all this stuff. And my cousin was like, oh yeah, Vinny got his little hoes. But what he needs is a good girl that's not going to give it up on the first night. So that's when my other cousin chimes in, the one that was recently married. And she's like, oh yeah, I made Steven wait at least 2 months before he was able to get any. And my boy was sitting there like all proud and shit, like that shit sucked, but it was worth it. That's when I was like, you see, I want that too. But then I'm scared that if a girl makes me wait that long and then I find out this one night stand in her past. And then that's when they look at me and they're like, but why does that even matter? And that's when I was like, well, if the whole point of making a man wait is for self-respect and for preservation, then that goes out the window if you gave it to somebody else on the first night. So there's really no point. Because then you're going to feel like you put on a good girl mask just because you seen a future with me, but not with the person you let hit on the first night, And the whole time that I was giving my explanation, all I'm seeing is my little cousin, the 16-year-old, she's in the back like, and as soon as I finish talking, she looks over at her sister and she's like, My cousin's like, what? And she's like, what about the guy in Mexico? When I tell you guys, her face pale, she didn't even know what to say. And then her husband's like, what guy in Mexico? So at that moment, I'm pretty sure we all realized that he didn't know about the guy in Mexico. And at that point, he had got up, walked into the house, and my cousin followed after him. And honestly, we didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But a month later, they actually announced that they were separating. But I think we all learned a valuable lesson that day. For me, it was just because she make you wait does not make her worth my time.
When he asks you if you can cook for him, ask him, can he build a house for you?
This is not the gotcha moment that you think it is. Because for a man to build a house would take 1 to 2 years of his life and hundreds of thousands of dollars. For you to make dinner takes about a 10-minute trip to the grocery store, maybe 30 to 40 minutes of cooking, and maybe 10 minutes of dishes afterwards if you want to count that. But you would probably make the argument as to why your husband would need to do the dishes. This is an attempt of a woman to logically reason through getting what she wants. And all men know this as they're listening to it because it's not logical. It doesn't line up as far as time and effort. Because of that, when a woman comes on here and tries to attempt that logical reason to get what she wants, men see it. They see right through it. And all men will take from this is that you specifically are that type of woman that wants to take, and she will not be willing to reciprocate anything near the amount of energy or effort that he puts in. And they know that that is just not worth it.
In all seriousness, it's very heavy on the reverse daddy issues over here. Because what do you mean you wouldn't wake up at 3:30 in the morning and take me to the airport? My dad would. You wouldn't drive a truck 10 hours to help me move? My dad would.
Do you treat your man like you treat your father? Do you give him the same authority and respect? Because when your father tells you not to do something, you don't do it. When your father tells you that your way of thinking is wrong and he corrects you, you don't talk back and tell him he's a controlling freak and he's an asshole and he shouldn't think the way that he does and he's a piece of shit. No, you let him lead you. So are you allowing your man to lead you? Your father says, no, you're not allowed to go out. I don't want you to go out. You're not going to that party. You live in my house, you're under my rules. You're not going to that party. You're not going to that party. And if you do, you take accountability and you get punished in whatever suit is needed at the time. And you accept that punishment. You don't hold resentment towards your dad because you know you did wrong. You disobeyed your father's order. So why aren't you acting like that with your husband, with your man? You know that when you get married, you get walked down the aisle, and that is your father giving you away to your husband. So now you are supposed to treat your husband with that same respect, that same authority. You are supposed to give him that same obedience and submissiveness, but you're not. At the end of the day, your father has an obligation to you, and when you get married, your husband takes that obligation. Or if you expect a boyfriend to do this and spend 8 hours helping you move, then you should be giving him wife treatment because you expect husband treatment out of him. But at the end of the day, you are giving him an obligation. So therefore now you are obligated to give something in return. If he takes the obligation of taking care of you and doing all of these things for you and treating you like your father and making sure all of your stuff is taken care of, then you have to respect him and his authority, and in his house, treat him like a king, and under his house, it's his rules, and you respect what he has to say and when he has to say it.
Can you predict someone's divorce by their wedding?
I have found that the bigger the ring, the bigger the divorce, and the bigger the wedding spectacle, the more likely the divorce, in my experience. If you break down like the role of a bride in a traditional wedding, it's an unbelievably narcissistic pursuit for a woman. We're going to do an engagement, which is you're going to give me a stone of tremendous value that I'm going to wear as a public display of the fact that I am now engaged in this commitment. And then I'm going to put that on social media. And then we're going to have an engagement party. So that's party one. And then I'm going to have a bachelorette party, party number 2. Then we're going to have a rehearsal dinner, party number 3. Then we're going to have the wedding, party number 4. And then we're going to have a honeymoon. If this is really important to you, you're telling me a lot about yourself. You're telling me how important being the center of attention is to you. I think if the first time you get everybody you love in the same room as your funeral, you're an idiot. Like, I think you should celebrate. We've turned it into just a spectacle. I mean, the wedding industrial complex, man, $1 trillion industry. And again, catastrophically fails more than 50% of the time.
So you're telling me where you wear a bra and underwear, oh my goodness, wait. But when you wear a bikini, it's normal just to walk around and just be half naked in a bra and underwear? Because that's basically what it is. You're naked going in the water. The same way you're naked wearing a bra and underwear. A man created the bathing suits. Literally played with our minds to be like, you know, this is for the beach and the pool, and this is for the bedroom. It's the same thing. What the frick? I've never been the type of woman to be like, oh my goodness, I'm in my bra and underwear. And then throw on a 2-piece of a bathing suit that's less than the bra and underwear. And be like, oh my God, how you free walking in the bathing suit but covering yourself in a bra and underwear?
So hold on, let me get this right. You want a man with good communication skills, but when this man is trying to communicate with you, you're trying to find trigger words to now flip it on him and make it seem like he's the problem, right? You're not listening to understand. You're listening just to react. You're listening just to respond. If you was to be quiet, like a woman is supposed to do, be quiet and actually hear him out, you will understand that he is not the issue. You are the issue. You will understand the real issue that he's bringing to you, so you guys can come to an understanding and get past this. Not only that, you got mood swings, so one day you good, one day you not. You overthink, you assume, and maybe you come with 1 to 2, maybe 3 kids. So I'm confused here. Who is the problem? How are you his piece? Baby, you gonna have to bring more than just your body and a pretty face. As y'all be coming into these relationships or these situations thinking y'all so entitled. Be having all these boundaries and standards with baggage and does not bring peace. So what is he gaining from this? Body? A pretty face? You gotta bring more than that.
Women will be like, F a man, I don't need a man, play these men how they play you. Truth is, that type of woman has been hurt and she still has some healing to do. I've been there. But no matter what society says, men, we need you. We need you to lead us. We need you to protect us. And not just physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. We need you to help us raise these kids. Children need their fathers just as much as they need their mothers, and this is not up for debate. We need you to love us, genuinely. Men, we need you. And maybe this video is going over your head so we can agree to disagree, or maybe this message just is not for you. But dear future husband, I need you. And I can't wait till we cross paths and become equally yoked. But until then, I'm going to continue working on myself so that when things align, I can be capable of being the woman that you need to.
And I appreciate you saying that. Because essentially, you know, what happens, I think a lot of times, what the guy was talking about was, you know, women saying, well, I need you. But then you listen to the segment where they were talking about a woman being accountable and saying, you know, I needed chaos in my life. I needed drama in my life. I didn't know that's what it was. I couldn't regulate my emotions, right? They think based on what they didn't see on TV or whatever, based on what's happening with their girlfriends or whatever, whatnot. Because, you know, you listen to your girlfriends and they're like, oh man, he's doing this to me, he's doing that to me, but look what he gave me. And it's a constant cycle of nonsense, right? That man is a bum. Y'all are dealing with bums. Leave them alone. And men can tell you, your daddy can tell you, leave that man alone. I was having a conversation with somebody else recently. And I just said, you know what? Yeah. Yep. I see it. You're going to have to learn. I'm telling you the right way to go, but you're going to have to learn by yourself. And I'm going to let you learn by yourself. Modern women have to, and you don't even have to get mad about it. Modern women have to learn by themselves. They think they know everything. But at some point in time, and this is what happening. At some point in time, you're going to learn, oh shoot, I should have shut my mouth a little bit earlier on. Oh shoot, I should have stopped the drama a little bit early on. He bared with me. He allowed me in my nonsense, in my mess, but I kept on doing it. And now here I am by myself.